Part 3, Fixing the Mess. The Awakening. Too many women settle in relationships with men because they don't want to be alone. I used to be one of them. We buy into the narrative that it's better to be mistreated by a man than to be devastatingly alone. So we give a man our whole cookie, and in return, he gives us crumbs. And we are convinced that this transaction is equal. But one day, I woke up. I began reading feminist literature, listening to podcasts, and watching TikToks unpacking the lies we've been told by the patriarchy. I realized that reliance on male validation as the fulcrum of my self-worth is a huge scam. Let me repeat that so you can ingrain it into your unconscious. Male validation is a scam. Why do we care about the opinions of a man who's programmed to measure the worth of a woman by how she can benefit him? Why do we allow men into our lives who treat us like we're replaceable, yet we still keep them around because they feel like some kind of security blanket? And why are we teaching young girls to aspire to this kind of future for themselves? Not today. Not anymore. Things need to change. LEXY'S Triple D 3-step program. Trust and believe me when I say that it is extremely difficult to unlearn the patterns that have been ingrained into our psyches quite literally since birth. It took me years of therapy to unpack the patriarchal wounds that shattered my sense of self-worth for so long. I wrote this book to collect my thoughts about the key points I've learned on my journey toward healing, in hopes to speed up the same process for my readers. You may be reading this book and be in a similar place that I was in before I deprogrammed myself, hopping from bad relationship to bad relationship in search of a meaningful fulfillment that would never come. You may be a woman in a relationship or situationship with a man who's dangling you by a thread, and yet you can't imagine life without him. Perhaps you're even married and you're on the fence about whether or not leaving him is the move. Maybe you've never even been in a relationship and you're reading this to deprogram yourself before you fall into the same traps that I did. Trust and believe when I tell you, no matter what stage you're at in the healing process, if you follow the steps that I outline in this section, your future is golden. I titled this book Dump Him because it's a relatable phrase and it conveys the overarching message I am aiming to provide my readers in a bad relationship with men. However, Dump Him encompasses an intense anti-patriarchal reconstruction of our deeply ingrained thought processes which have failed us time and time again. For too long, we have been fed lies that prevent us from breaking free of the chains of the patriarchy. This ends now. The Dump Him process is designed to rescue you from patriarchal oppression. Breaking free from oppression does not happen overnight, but LEXY'S 3-step program serves as your guide for however long your journey takes you. Completing this program takes the following steps: deconstruct misogyny, decenter men, dismantle the patriarchy.